Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. Today we're going to be talking about Biden's latest comments. Listen up.
So the idea of these high-caliber weapons is there's simply no rational basis for it in terms of what we see about self-protection, hunting. Remember, the Constitution, the Second Amendment, was never absolute.
Now, before we get too deep into this, because I know there's a lot to unpack, I just want to thank the main sponsor of this channel, which is the USCCA. The USCCA, with your membership, you get self-defense liability insurance, which to me is the main draw. Anytime you find the need to lawfully defend yourself, whether it's in public or in your home, I mean, whatever happens, you need to defend yourself. You call the number on the back of that card. They'll send an attorney out to speak for you, to take care of the entire process. They'll stick with you the whole way, and it is absolutely 100% worth it. The best peace of mind that you could ever have. There'll be a link down below, so definitely check it out. Okay, so let's go ahead and break down what he said real quick. I'm just paraphrasing. I don't have the exact quotes in front of me. But one of the things that he said multiple times in the past, and he said during this interview, which I think personally is one of the most important things that he said, is that the Second Amendment is not absolute. And what he's trying to do when he says that, he's trying to convey a message that the Second Amendment can be regulated. Well, who does the regulating? Well, that would be Congress. They're the ones who create regulation. They're the ones who create laws. He knows that if he tried to do it through executive action, it would just simply be overturned by a federal judge almost immediately.
Do you want Congress to act? Do you believe as president you have a particular responsibility now?
Oh, I know I have to, but there's a Constitution. I can't dictate this stuff.
And so Congress would have to create a law. And he's saying that basically they have the right to do that. Now, I have researched the Constitution. I've read it front to back multiple times, the Bill of Rights, and I have this wonderful book up here which gives you a little bit more information. But what I can tell you is that out of all of our enumerated rights, the only one that expressly says shall not be infringed is the second. So based on my opinion and the dictionary, it shouldn't be something that's open for regulation, even though we know that it is. You can't drive from one side of this country to the other side without going through a ridiculous number of different laws as you just simply change cities, counties, states, or federal lands, whatever it is. There are so many on the books as it stands right now that infringement's already pretty high. Okay, so now let's go ahead and talk about this whole 9mm thing that he said. So he said, and I'm paraphrasing again, that no rational person needs a 9mm. You know, they don't need a big caliber like a 9mm. It's not good for self-defense. It's not good for hunting. We don't need it. And so therefore it can be regulated because it doesn't fall under the Bill of Needs. Or is it the Bill of Rights? I guess I forget. Well, it doesn't fall under the Bill of Needs anyway. So if we don't need it, then it should be regulated out of existence. Now, what really gets me here is the fact that this proves what we've been saying all along. You know, give an inch, take a mile. We say that, look, all of these people who represent us keep kind of giving up an inch here and there, right? Slowly encroaching on our Second Amendment rights. But they said at the time that they were only going after this one thing. We're not trying to take all this other stuff away from you. We're just going after this one thing because it's very like military-like, right? It's got a lot of the same features and stuff. So we're just going after that. And so unfortunately, some of those who represented us, and unfortunately some of the groups that are, you know, say that they're on our side, let some stuff go, and they gave their inch, and guess what? Now they're coming for the mile. That's what happens. You gave an inch, now they're going to go ahead and try and take a mile. So, you know, the whole rational person thing in 9mm is kind of what struck me here, because really it's the best thing for self-defense. It's the best for self-defense for so many different reasons that I could sit here and make an entire episode on just why it is the best for so many reasons. That's why law enforcement uses it. That's why the FBI uses it. That's why the military uses it. That's why it's the most popular cartridge in the entire world. Not the country, in the entire world, that is the most popular cartridge. Again, like I said, for so many different reasons that we could sit here and just go on and on about them. So saying that no rational person would need it for that, to me, is completely ridiculous, because it is, again, this is my opinion, all those 45 guys out there, don't get upset, this is the best choice. It's not the only choice, but it is the best choice. Now, I watched this interview multiple times, and I didn't see anywhere in there where he specifically said that he wanted to ban these. I could be wrong. Maybe I missed it. If you need to correct me in the comment section. But it seems like it was implied, right? It seems like that's what he was implying, that that's the one thing that we need to go after next, or at least that's the one thing that he needs to go after next. Now, he also mentioned again that he can't do anything through executive action. He needs Congress to do it. So guess what we should expect from Congress? We know that on Thursday, I believe the Senate is going to be meeting with a new set of bills that they're going to be going over. And, the House has their own plans for bills that they're going to be introducing and stuff. But I believe that might be in there because when the president implies something or suggests something, guaranteed the other people in his party are going to listen and they're going to try and do the same thing. So that's what I think is going to be coming down the pipeline. I think it's going to be much bigger than anything that we've seen in the past. I think that it's going to include that new infamous 9mm. And I think that these bills that we're going to see, probably, sister bills in the House and the Senate, I think are going to be the biggest bills that we've probably ever seen introduced in Congress. They're going to be way more encompassing. They're going to cover a lot more stuff. And that's because, again, he said it's not absolute. And that nobody should need, because it's not in the Bill of Needs, nobody should need a 9mm and they shouldn't need these other things as well. And so we're just going to go full Trudeau on this one. That's what's coming down the pipeline. So, out of all the things that he says on kind of a daily basis, this doesn't really surprise me all that much. But it does kind of let me know that they're moving the goalpost a little bit further, again, to see what else they can get. And maybe if they maybe if they ask for a ton, they'll get another inch, right? And they'll just do it inch by inch until they get their mile. That's going to be the end game. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about that, give you guys my commentary on, what I thought about what he said. And I want to thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. We won't give up our rights. Have a great day.